What's up, fam? Kind of wanted to give you the little story about the Miata here. And actually, the car was built by a friend of mine, Junior, over at Phillips Tire and Auto, also known as LPJ Dyno Tuning Shop. He built the motor that was inside of a different chassis, and another friend of ours actually had the car. Probably drove it for about 2 months, and then he had an accident in the other car. So he was trying to sell the engine for 4,500, and kind of nobody was really hitting on it, but I knew exactly what was in that motor. So I offered him 5,000 for the entire car because the car had BC suspension, all the bushings were brand new. The car literally came from an old lady, and it sat for about 2 or 3 years. It had 75,000 miles on the chassis. So it was a shame that chassis got crashed. But I bought the car from him. I gave him 5,000. He gave me a small book. There was probably about 6,500 in the engine with all the parts, machine shop work, cams, everything that was done to the motor. So there was about 65, 7,000 in the engine. And I went ahead and bought this chassis for 300 bucks. This was probably, I think, 2019. And slowly just transferred everything over. So this chassis was bare bone. Literally everything from the other car came over to this car. So the wiring harness, the seats, the carpet, the roof, all of it, just swapped over to this chassis. And here we're here. This is where we're at now. I just recently had a problem with the turbo. It actually blew the seal, so I had oil all over the place. And the intercooler that was running before, this intercooler, we believe was just too small. So for the amount of power that we were trying to make, and I went ahead and picked up a Threadstone TR11. It's rated for 560 horsepower. We're trying to be right around 450. Keep the same power that this one made, but hopefully we can make the same power with less boost. So that's the goal for now. But yeah, this is what I have, and here is, so I went with a Threadstone Performance, like I said, and this is all the piping right here. And then here's the turbo. We calling her Black Betty. Good old Black Betty. She's always ready. So the manifold also came from Threadstone. It was one of those manifolds that actually does like a ram horn type style, but I kind of wanted to make it a little bit different, and I wanted to push the turbo down here and not having sitting up here because I didn't have no room because of that. But that's where that sits at. Got a nice intake, little skunk tube. We're running a GM flex fuel sensor, so GM flex fuel sensor. And I normally on E85. I don't really like to put anything else in it, but that's where I'm at.